আরো সদ্গুণাম, যে জপন্তি সীতানাথ পদ পদ্ম কেবলাম, দিয়তাং করুণানাথ ভক্তি যোগ তৎক্ষণাম, সীতানাথ দ্বৈত চর নরবিন্দ ভাবনা, সীতানাথ দ্বৈত চর নরবিন্দ ভাবনা, সীতানাথ দ্বৈত চর নরবিন্দ ভাবনা। শ্রী চৈতন্য জয় হরে রাম 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 চিদানন্দ রূপ লসৎ কুণ্ডলম গো। হরে কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ ভগবতী বিনয় প্রভুর চরণে করে দুঃখ নিবেদন। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে, হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে, হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে, হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। আমার জীবন সদা পাপে রত, নাহি কো পুণ্যের লেশ। আমার জীবন সদা Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Keep it on faster. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class given by Srila Prabhupada. It's a recording of his class on Canto 1, Chapter 7, texts 47 and 48, given in Vrindavan on October 6, 1976. So, without further ado, we'll get into the class right now. Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Rodi Asya Janani Gautami Patidevata Yataham Mritavatsa Rodimi Ashru Mugi Muhu Yaikopitam Brahmakulam Rajanyar Ajitatmavi Tatkulam Pradahati Ashu Shanubandam Sucharpitam Marodinasya Janani Gautami Patidevata Yatamritavatsata Lodim Yasrumikimu Yakopitam Brahmakulam Rajanyarajitatmavi Tatkulam Pradahatyashu Sanubandam Sucharpitam Marodidasya Janani Gautami Patidevata Yatam Mritavatsata Rodim Yashrumukimu Yaikopitam Brahmakulam Rajanyarajitatmavi Tatkulam Pradahatyashu Sanubandam Sucharpitam Do not Rodi Make cry Asya His Janani Mother Gautami The wife of Drona Patidevata Chaste Yata As has Myself Mrituvatsa One whose child is dead Arta Distressed Rodimi Crying Ashrumuki Tears in the eyes Mugu Constantly.
Translation. My Lord, do not make the wife of Dronacharya cry like me. I am aggrieved for the death of my sons. She need not cry constantly like me. Yai. By those. Kopitam.
Enraged.
Brahmakulam.
The order of the Brahmanas. Rajanyayim.
By the administrative
order. Ajita. Unrestricted. Atmavi. By oneself. Tat. That. Kulam. Family. Pradahati. Is burnt up. Ashu. Within no time. Sabandam. Together with family members. Sucharpitam. Being put into grief.
Translation. If the kingly administrative order, which is unrestricted in sense control, offends the Brahmana order and enrages them, then the fire of that rage burns up the whole body of the royal family and brings grief upon all.
जय कोपिता ब्रह्मकूलम राजन्नै अजितात्मभि तत्कूलम प्रदहति आसु Shanubandham Suchasatam. So, in these two verses, the important point is that Draupadi is sympathetic. That is Vaishnava. She is Vaishnavi. This is the attitude of the Vaishnava. Paradukha dukhi. Vaishnava is paradukha dukhi. That is Vaishnava's quality. He doesn't care for his own personal distresses. But he, a Vaishnava, becomes aggrieved, distressed when other is suffering. That is Vaishnava. Prahlad Maharaj said, Naidad vijay paro duruttaya vaitaranya tadvijjagayana mahamritavagna chitta suche tata vimuku chetasa maya sukhaya bharamud bhatu vimura. Prahlad Maharaj was so much harassed by his father, and his father was killed, and still when he was offered benediction by the Lord Nrsimhadev, he did not accept it. He said, Sabai Bonik, my Lord, we are born in the family of Rajagun Tamagun. Rajagun Tamagun, Asuras, they are influenced by the two lower qualities, Rajagun and Tamagun. And those who are Devatas, they are influenced by the Satagun. There are three gunas, qualities in the material world. Satagun, Trigunamayi, Daividhisa Gunamayi, Gunamayi, Trigunamayi. In this material world, Satagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. So those who are influenced by the Satagun, they are first class. First class means first class in this material world, not in the spiritual world. Spiritual world is different. There is no nirguna, no material quality. There is no first class, second class, third class. Everyone is first class. That is absolute. Krishna is first class, his devotees are also first class. The trees are first class, the birds are first class, the cows are first class, the calves are first class, therefore it is called absolute. No conception of relative, second class, third class, fourth class, no. Everything is first class. Ananda chinmaya rasa pratibhavitavi. Everything is composition of Ananda chinmaya rasa. There is no classification. Either one is situated in Dasaras, one is situated in Sakkaras, or in Vatsalaras or Madhuryaras. They are all one. There is no such distinction. But there is variety. You like this rasa, I like this rasa, that is allowed. Here, in this material world, they are being influenced by the three rasas. And Prahlad Maharaj, being the son of Hiranyakasipu, he considered himself that I am influenced by the Rajagun and Tamagun. He is Vaishnava, he is above all gunas. But a Vaishnava is never proud of his guna. Actually, he does not feel like that he is very advanced, he is very enlightened. He always think, I am the lowest. Tinadapi sunitena, tarorapi sahisnuna, amanina manadena, kirtaniya sada. This is Vaishnava, that I am the lowest of the human beings. That like Chaitanya Charitamrita author, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he said, Purisher kit haite mui se loghistha, jagai madhai haite mui se papistha. Jagai madhai, he was considered to be very sinful, and more sinful than Jagai madhai. Jagai madhai haite mui se papistha. And my position, Purisher kit haite mui se loghistha. The worm is the stool. He has got some position, but I am lower than him. Jagai madhai haite mui se papistha, Purisher kit haite mui se loghistha. More naam jai loy tar punno khoy. Anyone who takes my name, whatever little asset he has got on account of pious activities, he will lose it. In this way, this is not artificial. A Vaishnava thinks like that. A Vaishnava like Kaviraj Goswami, Rupa Goswami, they always think like that. That is Vaishnava. They never think that he is very advanced. Never. Similarly, Draupadi is thinking her position and what will be the position of Ashwatthama's mother. Ashwatthama's mother, she is also a woman, and she is studying Ashwatthama's mother's position from her position. She is very much agreed on account of her sons being killed. So she is thinking if Ashwatthama's mother is under the distress of her son being killed, what will be her position? She is disturbed thinking of the position of Ashwatthama's mother. Personally, he is not at all agreed. She is agreed, but she is thinking the grief of Ashwatthama's mother more than her. This is Vaishnava. Just like Prahlad Maharaj says, Soche tato vimukha chetasa maya sukhaya bharamud bhato vimura. Because my father has done so much injustice unto me, so Krishna wanted to give him benediction, but he refused. No, I do not require anything. I am quite happy. I don't want anything. And in exchange of my service, because I have done some work as Vaishnava, it is my duty, Jive Sarupa Nitya Krishna Das, it is my duty as a servant. I have tolerated all tribulations offered by my father. I was never disturbed. I preached amongst my class friends, whatever possible I have done, but that does not mean I want some benefit. No, I am not a beniya, bonik, sabai bonik. So, do not offer me any benediction. I am quite satisfied. So, the question may be that you are satisfied in spite of undergoing so much trouble, still you are, yes, I am satisfied. Yes, I am satisfied. How? Tadvijjagayana mahamrita magna chitta. Because I have learned by the grace of Narad Muni how to chant your holy name. Tadvijjagayana maha amrita. This chanting of your glorification is maha amrita, a great nectar. Tadvijjagayana maha amrita magna chitta. My chitta, my consciousness is always absorbed in the thought of your glorification. Therefore I am not at all happy. You are not unhappy in spite of so much tribulation given by your father? Yes, I am not at all. This is Vaishnava. He cannot be unhappy. We see that Prahlad Maharaj was put into so much trouble by his father. Even in this Draupadi, she was put into so much trouble. Immediately her sons are killed. But she is not unhappy. This is Vaishnava. Vaishnava cannot be unhappy in any circumstance. Ohito ki apratihata. That is explained. Ahoita ki apratihata jeno atma samprasidati. If you become situated in Krishna consciousness, then you will be so satisfied that in any circumstances, nobody will be able to give you any trouble. This is Vaishnava. Jeno atma samprasidati. Atma Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankati. There is no question of lamenting. But still, a Vaishnava laments not for his own purpose. Just like Prahlad Maharaj says that na udvije para. Krishna is para, Nrsimhadevi is para, the Supreme. O the Supreme, I am not at all disturbed. Naibad vijay para durattvaya vaitaranya. Why? Tadvijjagayana mahamrita magna chitta. Because by the grace of Narad Muni, I have learned this art, how to chant your holy name. That I have learned. He says that Tadvijjagayana, and I learned and learned, but whenever I chant, then I am merged into the ocean of lettering. Similar is stated about the Goswamis. Takta tu namasi samandalapati sening sada tucham. We have seen it practically. One big politician in Calcutta, C.R. Das, he was earning 50,000 monthly in those days. 50,000 means, I am speaking, he died in 1925. That means 50 years ago, he was earning 50,000 per month. Now 50,000 means 50 lakhs nowadays. He was so rich man. But on the Congress resolution that the prominent members of the Congress, they should not cooperate with the government, and one of the item of non-cooperation was they should not practice in the British court because there is no justice. That was Gandhi's order, that in the British court there is no justice, so why should we go there? Don't go. So this year Das, on the resolution of the Congress, he was one of the prominent members, he gave up. So he had no income. So he had no income. The Congress was giving him 500 rupees pocket expenses because he was such a rich man. So what is 500 rupees for him? He was earning 50,000 rupees and spending. So he could not bear that inconvenience. He died within a year. He was a rich man, he could not provide, and he was very charitably disposed. If somebody would come to him, he would say, I have lost my all income, now I have got this 500 rupees, you can take it. He was such a charitably disposed. Anyway, he could not tolerate. But a devotee, just like Rupa Goswami, he also did the same thing. What is that? Takta tu namasi samandala patisani sada tuchho. When he was inspired by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was minister in charge of Nawab Hussain Shah's government, but he decided, what is this nonsense minister? Let me join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Spread this Krishna consciousness. So he did it. Therefore, about him it is said, Takta Turnam Asesa Mandala Patisani. He was associated with big men, Mandalapati. He was minister. But he gave up. So what is this now? It is nowhere. So if we compare with Srila, he also gave up his income, but he died. But what happened to Rupa Goswami? Naturally, such a rich man, minister, he gave up his position. He should have also died because no income. No, he did not die. That is the difference. Takta turnamase samandalapati saning sada tuchava bhutya dina ganesha ko karunaya kopina ganthasito. For benefiting the mass of people who are suffering for want of Krishna consciousness, to do them good, they become mendicant. Kopina ganthasito. You have seen the picture of Rupa Goswami, a small lion cloth, nothing more. Then he should have died? No. Gopi bhava amrita amrita hari magno sada. They were enjoying how the gopis are engaged in Krishna consciousness. The 24 hours thinking, that is Krishna consciousness. So similarly, Prahlad Maharaj said that Tadvijjagayana Mahamritamagna, the same philosophy everywhere. What was spoken by Prahlad Maharaj millions of years ago, the same thing was perceived by Rupa Goswami 500 years ago. And the same thing can be perceived now also. Tadvijjagayana Mahamritamagna chitta. If you once become merged into the nectarine of chanting the holy name of Krishna, then you always remain happy. There is no doubt about it. Tadvijjagayana Mahamritamagna. So either Rupa Goswami or Prahlad Maharaj or anyone, even up to death, they may face many difficulties, so-called difficulties. A Vaishnava has no difficulty. But we see, that's like we see Prahlad Maharaj was in difficulty. Rupa Goswami was in difficulty. He was minister and he became a mendicant. Kopina ganthasita. No, he was not difficult. Raghunath Das Goswami, his father's income was in those days 12 lakhs of rupees. And in Radha Kunda, he lived taking little butter every alternate day. And Sankha Purvaka Namagana Natibhi. And he was offering obeisances also, counting. It's like we count chanting, he was counting that I must offer 100 times obeisances. That he was doing. This is Goswami's behavior. So, a Vaishnava has no difficulty. The same thing is exemplified by Draupadi. She is aggrieved on account of her sons being killed by Ashwatthama. Now she is feeling more for the mother of Ashwatthama how she would feel if her son is killed. This is Vaishnava. Paradukha dukhi. Kipamudi jastamaham prapadde. Vaishnava is paradukha. The Vaishnava has personally no distress. Anywhere he can sit down and chant Hare Krishna, read Srimad Bhagavatam, and where is it difficult? There is Tadvijjagayana Mahamatavagni Chitta. He has no. But why he takes so much distress? Because tato vimukha cetasa. Soche tato vimukha cetasa. Prahlad Maharaj says, I am agreed for the rascals who are not devotees. Tato vimukha cetasa. Vimukha means they are not interested in Krishna consciousness. So if Vaishnava is disturbed, perturbed, how these rascals are suffering so much in material condition, and so how to teach them Krishna consciousness, how to make them happy. This is Vaishnava's concern. Vaishnava concern, personal, there is no concern. Vaishnava is not satisfied that because I have no problem, I can chant anywhere and enjoy. No. Still Vaishnava takes the risk. As Prahlad Maharaj said, that I do not wish to go alone to Vaikuntha or anywhere, my Lord, unless I can deliver all these rascals. This is Vaishnava. He knew that all the Vimukha Cetasa, these materialistic persons, they are engaged in planning for material happiness. They are working so hard, becoming baffled without any benefit. So Maya, Sukhaya, Bharamut, many plans, many skyscraper buildings, roads and motor cars. What is the real purpose? The purpose is they want to be happy. But that is not possible. Therefore, they are Vimura, rascals. They are going in the wrong way. How to divert their attention to Krishna consciousness? Then they will be happy. These European, American boys, they are coming from rich family. They have, even nationally, they have got big skyscraper buildings, motor cars. And why? They have come to Krishna consciousness. Because they are not happy. It is a fact. They are not happy. So a Vaishnava can understand this. That outwardly, externally, they may have nice dress or nice building, a nice motor car, but internally they are so unhappy that they rise up to the top of the skyscraper building and fall down to commit suicide. This is his position. The Vaishnava can understand that Bharamud Bhato Vimura. They are making skyscraper building, but there is no happiness. It is simply what is called gorgeous arrangement only. Otherwise, there is not a drop of happiness. Suchi tato vimukha cetasa. So the feeling of Vaishnava is like that. Similarly, Draupadi is Vaishnavi. She is feeling more than herself, the wife of Dronacharya, mother of Ashwatthama, how she would feel. Therefore, Vaishnava's qualification is paradukha dukhi. Personally, a Vaishnava is not unhappy, but a Vaishnava becomes unhappy for others' distress. Paradukha dukhi. Kipambudijja samaham prapadde. This is Raghunath Das Goswami's prayer to Sanatana Goswami, Vairagya Vidya. He was feeling obligation to Sanatana Goswami, how Sanatana Goswami taught him Vairagya Vidya. So, Kipambudijja samaham. This is Vaishnava position. So Kunti, and from ordinary moral point of view, it is said by Chanakya Pandit, Atmavat Sarvabhuteshu Sapandit. Anyone who can see in others feeling like himself. If I cut your throat, you'll feel pain. How I know it? Because if you cut my throat, I will feel pain. So, Paradukha Dukhi, here Kunti is feeling that I am already suffering because my sons are killed. So why I am going to retaliate? I am going to give the same suffering to the mother of Aswathama by killing her son. This is Vaishnava. This is Vaishnava. The Vaishnava is not aggrieved or distressed for a personal interest. And Vaishnava is always feeling how others will be happy. Therefore, Krishna is very, very satisfied with the Vaishnava. And Nachatasmat Manusheshu Kaschid Me Priya Krishnama. So you have taken to the vow of Krishna consciousness and trying to preach Krishna consciousness all over the world. And we have got little success. One politician in USA, he has remarked that this Krishna consciousness movement is increasing like an epidemic. He has said that. And if we do not check it, one day it may take our government. He has opined like that. So any intelligent man can know what is the ultimate result. Everyone, because mass of people, if they take to Krishna consciousness, then government is yours. That is a fact. And if the Krishna consciousness government is there, no meat eating, no smoking, no illicit sex, somebody knows the demons will die. That is it. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. It's a very nice lecture by Srila Prabhupada, especially how he ended it with the comments that some politicians realized that Krishna consciousness was spreading so much, and that if you don't check it, it would take one day, it would take over the government. Yeah. So an intelligent man can know the ultimate result, because if you take two Krishna consciousness, if people take the Krishna consciousness, then they'll take over the government. So, and there's so many no's. No meat eating, no smoking, no illicit sex, so many no's. Then it says demons will die. That's the position. And that is true. So true. Because that's their life, sense gratification. So thank you, devotees, for coming on to listen. You always learn from Srila Prabhupada's lectures. Anyone who wants to make a comment or ask a question about this or share a takeaway, please unmute yourself and do so now. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances, August of Prabhupada. Yeah, the ending, I had a couple of realizations in takeaways, but the ending was superb. Superb. And as Prabhupada was ending, I was realizing that's because the government, they don't want spiritual culture. That's what it is. Because when we take over, this is my realization, is because we are going to be bringing in the spiritual culture, which is none other than the Krishna conscious culture. So that's what it is. And if we look in the world today, in all aspects of life, materially or family, individuals, the spiritual culture is like, diminishing. It's like, and I had a pretty fast rate too. So that, yeah, I really liked Srila Prabhupada's ending. My takeaway from this, one of my takeaways is how Srila Prabhupada really repeatedly, I was really catching his words as as little, whatever I could, where Srila Prabhupada was really stressing what is the consciousness, what should a Vaishnava consciousness be? Like for Draupadi, he was mentioning, even though she lost 5 sons, but she didn't want Kripi, Dronacharya's wife, to lose even one son, and she only had one son. So that compassion, I think is what's coming to my mind, where Srila Prabhupada is stressing the Vaishnava compassion, like we always think of our house, our family, our husband, our wife, our children, but do we think like that about all the other devotees and their family and their wives and their husbands and their children, what they're going through? So what's coming to my mind is stretching the boundaries of compassion to include not just our own household, but everyone, because Draupadi set a very beautiful example, how she stretched her boundaries of compassion, even to the person who killed her own her 5 sons. That was really, really amazing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, so much Vaishnava compassion. And of course, you talked about the government also, how the government will fall apart. Yes, Vaishnava compassion is extremely important. And Srila Prabhupada quoted this part, Paraduka Duki, feeling the pain of others, that the devotee himself or herself is not unhappy, but they feel the pain of others. They are unhappy for others' distress. And that should be the mood of the devotee. Right now, the kami world, the demons are saying each one for himself and God for us all. God is also being slowly pushed out. Each one for himself. But in Vaishnav lifestyle, Vaishnav character, they feel unhappy for the distress of others. That means they are concerned about others' happiness also. And if it's not there, then they try to do what they can to help to change it. That's not at all each one for himself. It's exactly the opposite. So this is what we learn from this point made by Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for your comments. Any other person that wants to unmute, wants to comment, please unmute yourself now. Hare Krishna. While you were thinking of doing this, so I'll share some of my takeaway. Some of it I've talked about already. The Draupadi was sympathetic, Paraduka Duki, they feel the pain of others. And too many examples are given. Prahlad Maharaj was also harassed by his father, and of course the Hiranyakashipu killed him, half man, half lion incarnation of the Lord. And he wanted to give Prahlad Maharaj a boon, but Prahlad Maharaj did not want any boon. As a matter of fact, Prahlad Maharaj took a humble position and said, well, I'm born from a demonic family, so I'm influenced by mortal passion and ignorance. And then Srila Prabhupada went into the general description of demons and devatas. Demons are influenced by the Rajagun and Tamagun, passion and ignorance, and devatas, demigods, or devotees that have the behavior of demigods, are influenced by Sattvagun or moral goodness. Now, then he qualified it by saying that this is by material standards. And in the spirit, because he wanted to compare it to the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, everyone is first class. Everyone is first class. It doesn't matter what the figure of the person is or the living entity is. Cows, gopis, you name it, gopas, the birds, all are they are all in a first class position. And they are only influenced by pure goodness without any possibility of contamination by passion or ignorance. That's the spiritual world. But the devotees are also Vaishnavas, Prabhupada said they're also first class because we're practicing how to live the way that people live in the spiritual world. But they're not proud. Vaishnavas are first class. They don't think they're advanced. So then back to Draupadi. Draupadi was disturbed thinking of the position of Ashwatthama's mother. I mean, more than herself. Ashwatthama's mother is called Kripi. So she was thinking of Kripi more than herself, even though she was grieving for her dead sons that Kripi's son, Ashwatthama, had killed. And that too in a very, very, very cheap way, for lack of a better word, in the middle of a night while they were sleeping, he killed all 5 of them, of Draupadi's sons, by each Pandava. But she did not want Kripi to grieve more. She did not want to. Prahlad Maharaj was happy because he was chanting the holy name. The chanting, of course, he heard that from Narada Muni while she was in the womb for Ma. So the chanting is Amrita. The chanting is nectarian. And Prahlad Maharaj mentioned it. He said that when he chants, he merges into the ocean of nectar. So when we chant and chant steadily, that will also happen. Our mind sometimes tends to roam, just like we have 2 minds. The mouth is chanting and the mind wants to roam somewhere else. And for my own situation to try to get that under control, if it's going to go somewhere else, then I would like to go to some place or some personality that would make me remember Krishna, and that is Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. The fact that you're thinking of the Lord and looking at his picture, then the chanting will also go quite smoothly. Then it will be greater concentration, and that brings the happiness from within. So the chanting is nectarian. Srila Prabhupada talked about C.R. Das, a rich man. He was earning 50,000 rupees per month. He says now it's like 50 lakhs. But when he lost this British politics in India, and he was only being given 500 rupees, then that broke him and he died. But Rupa Goswami was also a big politician under Nawab Hussain Shah, and he himself left. He left. And C.R. Das was influenced by Mahatma Gandhi not to continue with these British people. But Rupa Goswami wanted to join Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He left all his money from Nawab Hussain Shah, and he didn't die. So that goes to show that a devotee is not thinking about a material way to survive. When Krishna is happy with the devotee, that devotee will be fine. Krishna would arrange. There will be some effort on our part, but then the things will be open for us to be able to go on. That's why a devotee, no matter what is happening, even if it seems like a reversal, they're not disturbed by it. Okay, so this is some of my takeaways. Anyone who wants to share a takeaway, they can also unmute now, or even if they want to ask a question, they can do that also, or some realizations they want to share. Hare Krishna. We still have a good 10 minutes, so the words can definitely join in. Srila Prabhupada's lecture was wonderful. I have a few more. Rupa Goswami have talked about it. He didn't die. He was only wearing a loincloth as a mendicant, but he was not in difficulty. Then another one of the 6 Goswamis, Raghunath Das Goswami, his uncle and father were zamindars, big landowners. They were very rich. But he lived without money when he went to join Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he was offering obeisances 100 times. We are told, Dayan Stubam Stasha Yashas Tri Sandhyam. Offer 3 times to the spiritual master. Raghunath Das Goswami was offering 100 times obeisances. So, and Prahlad Maharaj, he was not disturbed himself, but he was disturbed by others not being interested. So the Srila Prabhupada said they are rascals who are materialistic, and they engage in planning for material happiness. They build roads, build skyscrapers, but they still can't be unhappy Because devotees know that externally they seem to have a lot, but internally they're suffering. And that's why some of them jump off top skyscrapers to their death. So Vaishnavas become unhappy for others' distress, not for themselves, just like Draupadi did not want Ashwatthama's mother to go through so much distress. That's some of my takeaways. Any other person that wants to unmute and add more to it? If not, then I'd like to thank all of you for coming. Okay, you got one.
I have one more. When you're talking about Srila Prabhupada, you know, when he mentioned about his American devotees, boys and girls, he says, you know, and he was saying how many of them are from rich families, but still they weren't happy. That was a very nice point that I had to think about. That Srila Prabhupada says, you know, look at these, you know, my American boys and girls, they come from very rich families in America, but they joined the ISKCON movement is because they were unhappy. And even though they come from rich families, so when Prabhupada was saying, I was thinking, wow, you know, we should think. Sometimes we think, you know, riches and money will solve all our problems. But every proper disciple came from a rich, you know, majority of them actually at least came from a rich family, and they were so unhappy being born and raised in a rich family that they joined the ISKCON movement, joined Srila Prabhupada, and they became so happy, so happy. So I was just thinking how even wealth, sometimes we think will make us happy. Actually, it puts us in more anxiety because we're always thinking, you know, so that was a very nice point that Srila Prabhupada made. But I really would, you know, humbly request devotees here to please go back and read this lecture again, that the transcription, because Srila Prabhupada really stressed a lot about Draupadi and Vaishnav etiquette and all that. And to me, the key word here is Vaishnava compassion. And I was just thinking as you know, that many of these human behavior, natural human behavior and character and traits are slowly diminishing, you know, compassion, understanding, tolerance, patience, love. It is slowly diminishing. And because when that diminishes, I feel that means the spiritual culture is being, you know, it's being negatively affected, and we had to be very careful because Srila Prabhupada brought compassion to ISKCON equally to everyone, and he's teaching us that example how we can develop that mood. That's a very nice book. I would request devotees if you can search it on Amazon. I know it's not being sold in any ISKCON temple nods. It's a very old book.
Which book is this?
It's called Vaishnava Compassion by His Holiness Satsrup Maharaj. Beautiful book. It's a very nice book, and it's a beautiful picture of Lord Chaitanya in front, actually. I would request devotees, if you can find this book on Amazon, and I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon, please get it. It's a powerful book because it really makes us, what's the word? Evaluate ourselves, you know, how we can develop that Vaishnav compassion for everyone, not just our family. Like we really imbibe that mood, because that's the mood in Goloka Vrindavan. So if we don't get it here, we ain't gonna get it there. So yeah, thank you. Harival.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Vaishnava compassion is actually very much the key, and it very much ties in with humility also, which is what Krishna talks about in Bhagavad Gita chapter 13, texts 8 through 12, the qualities for real knowledge. And outside of those qualities listed in texts 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 of chapter 13, outside of that is all ignorance. Krishna says that. And those qualities are there that we should actually try to incorporate in our lives. And it will make us a better person. And around us, many people will like us. That is a big boom, a big advantage to us also. The more you like, the more people cooperate with you. And the more you feel empathetic for others' distress, the more people will see that you have a genuine heart. So definitely these are all things that we need to be practicing so that we can fit into those who are in the spiritual world. Hare Krishna. Any last points? Okay, so thank you, dear devotees, for coming on today. and have a nice, wonderful Krishna conscious midweek to the end of the week. And we'll see you for those who are in this area in the temple on Sunday also. Of course, this will continue tomorrow as usual. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhescha kripasindhibhyo evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
A quick announcement. Tomorrow morning is 7 o'clock with His Holiness Chandramali Swami. So please do join us at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, not 8 o'clock, just for tomorrow. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. All right, so His Holiness Chandramali Swami will be on tomorrow at 7. Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.